I'm Nick George. I go to Pomona College near Los Angeles, where I'm studying physics. I was traveling back to school from Philadelphia to California. When I went up to the metal detector, the woman told me to step aside for the special screening. So I emptied my pockets of everything non-metal that I hadn't already given out, which included a set of Arabic flashcards. Just simple word in English on one side, word in Arabic on the other side, which I was using to study. The vast majority of the flashcards had words like graduate or adjectives like, I don't know, funny, or things like the verb to smile. First she asked me how I felt about 9/11, which, you know, what's the answer to that question? I thought it was a bad thing. I thought it was a terrible thing. And she asked me if I knew who did it, and I said Osama bin Laden. You know, then she got this real, like, sneer on her face, like she'd caught me in a trap or something, and said, yeah, you know what language Osama bin Laden spoke? And I noticed that there was a police officer behind me who instructed me to put my hands behind my back. I did so, and he put me in handcuffs and started leading me away. I mean, it was just total shock. You know, the whole thing is very surreal. At first you think, haha, how silly, they're questioning me about my Arabic. It just became more and more confusing as it went on. It just leading me through a very populated airport in handcuffs, like I'd, you know, I don't know, shoplifted or actually done something unsafe for the airplane.
The idea that someone can be arrested and handcuffed and locked in a cell simply for studying a foreign language is illegal and it's unconstitutional.
From the cell I could see into the police office, and so I could see for the next, you know, 4 hours that I was in there, I could see them just poring over my flashcards like they were going to find some secret on them. I saw them photocopying my flashcards. I heard them describing it on their phones to some superior, like, you know, well, it's a small piece of paper with English writing on one side and Arabic writing on the other side. And the longer I was in there, it went, you know, you have the time to transition from being shocked to being really angry and saying, you know, this is just wrong. They have nothing on me, I've done nothing wrong, and here I am locked in a cell for 4 hours.
And this is important because passing through airport checkpoints is probably the most common encounter that Americans have with law enforcement in this country. And Americans need to know, and the TSA needs to know, we do not give up our constitutional rights when we choose to fly by plane. TSA has a very, very important job, and that is to keep air safety secure. But when they use their precious resources to target people like Nick George, they're not only not making us safe, they're in fact making us less safe because they're not doing their real and important work.